Hello and welcome, my beautiful Virgos. Brenda here with your general tarot and oracle card forecast for the week of November the 27th to December the 3rd. Boy, I can't believe how fast the time is flying by here. It's incredible that we're already talking December the 3rd. And I trust that all my beautiful American friends have had a wonderful and happy, thankful Thanksgiving. So let's see what we've got here for your reading, Virgo. Coming in with your first card, you've been given the World. So, going the distance, new cycle starting. You've got the Lovers card, major choices and decisions. You've got the Five of Swords. Maybe you're going to have to decide whether or not that battle's worth fighting. You've got the Knight of Cups. Somebody's coming forward to give you their hand and assistance in something beautiful. And you've got the Nine of Swords. There's always worry and concern when that card shows up, but we'll see what we've got here to work this out with these other messages. So Spirit, what do they need to see, know, and expect? Spirit and guides. Let's see what we have here for my beautiful Virgos. All right. Coming in under the World card, you have the Six of Swords. You're going to leave something to go to a better situation. You've got the Moon, doing your research, trusting your intuition. You've got a great card here of celebration coming in. And you've got the Four of Pentacles. You're holding on to something. And the Five of Cups underneath the worry card of the Nine of Swords. So might be some worries you've got to deal with. Let's see what we've got coming in with your download message. Your download message is communicate. Okay. And let's see what your oracle message is, your energy card. The one you have upright is the Machine. All right, a well-oiled machine, we know runs really well. So let's see what we have with this reading. So your first all-over energy card is that of communicate. And I think this will be a week where you might be having to articulately sit down and creatively sit down and talk to somebody. It could be somebody that you at work. It could be somebody in your personal life. But nonetheless, you're going to have to sit down and think about what you're going to say to these people or this person. Being able to communicate is so imperative right now that you take the time to also listen. They're telling me when you are talking and speaking to somebody, take the time to listen to what they have to say before you react and before you answer any questions, okay? Because there may be some things you're going to be finding out here, some secrets in the background. But communication in relationships, at work, with anybody, with medical people, scholastic people, anybody that you're dealing with this week, is very important that you sit down and you listen and you speak to them and you communicate back and forth so that you can come up with a solution to a situation. Now, your oracle message here is the Machine. And this is basically saying that there are some inherited patterns that we have and conditioning lessons already learned. We do have a good memory here, a cellular memory, honoring the past without being trapped in them. We rely on stories we inherit from our ancestors, our families, our culture, and the world around us to construct a map of our reality. As we develop new stories in life, we build on those old foundations, repair them when we can, and tear them down to begin things new again. The best and most powerful traits and experiences of our ancestors are yours to integrate into your life, so you don't have to revisit their hardships or rectify their mistakes. You have a magical map, my beautiful Virgos, with which to navigate your current circumstances. Look to the past for answers now. Ask yourself, in this situation, what can I learn from those who came before me? What traits can I emulate in order to move through these challenges with wisdom? How can I build on what I already know and integrate this understanding? What might I do differently? Sometimes we walk blindly into traps set in the past. Perhaps we couldn't see that we were repeating a pattern until we were well into it. The best course of action here is to rest, practice self-compassion, and make a conscious choice to do something differently next time. Clarity will come. Remember that if you do what you always did, you'll get what you always got. History repeats itself only if you allow it. The most important thing is that you are becoming aware of it. You can make a difference choice regarding how you respond to life right now. Yeah, things can be awkward and uncomfortable as old hurts are revealed and new new solutions are attempted. The time is ripe for change, so keep going. Even every step is important. Okay? One day you will remember your beautiful new story was just around the corner. All right? So basically learning from our past situations and experiences, but thinking back too of how would our ancestors have handled this. That's what they're saying, because this is the machine. This is looking through that porthole of the past, right? And thinking about that. But it's okay to do that as long as we realize that we look back, we reflect on what happened in the past, and if we need to rectify it and correct it and not fall prey to the same pattern of failure, we can do that. So this is all about realizing that you're going to communicate well this particular week, and you're going to be able to change things that you choose to change to make different. Now, that probably sounds as clear as mud to you, but what I'm saying is you have this choice now to look back with hindsight and say, that didn't really work out then, and I need to learn from that, and so I'm going to do this instead. Okay, coming in your first row, my beautiful Virgos, you've got the world. And the world is always about new cycles. It's about success and achievement and moving forward. Going the distance right now to reach towards your goals. Stretching yourself that little bit farther. And then you come to a conclusion that you've done all you can do. And now you're going to move in a new direction. Now, the Six of Swords is usually indicative of leaving troubled waters and going to calmer shores, saying, well, I've dealt with this situation, I've looked at it, and there's nothing more I can do, so I'm going to move on and start creating my new beginning, my new destiny, my new goals. But the world is giving you that opportunity to stretch yourself and go do that. Okay, you're going to find a sense of belonging now when you go on this new journey as you're moving forward. And this is a great card. This is saying that, you've come to a conclusion, you're moving forward and going in a new direction that's going to be better for you. So whatever that is, if you're leaving a situation, a relationship, a job that was unfulfilling, a place where you were living, you weren't happy, whatever the case is, you're going through a new cycle. This is one cycle completes, a new cycle begins. Okay. And often it has to do with travel. Okay. The world, you might be, and again, you are doing that with the Six of Swords. Moving on. The Lovers comes in, and the Lovers is indicative of making some major changes here. Okay. And major choices. And it might have to do with your love or a soulmate or, somebody like that in your life. But this is also about connections with somebody. There could be somebody coming in that you're dealing with. You could be dealing with your partner right now, and you might have to make some choices that are determined around them and their energy. But this is making heart level choices, emotional choices here. But remember, listen to your inner voice of wisdom here, because the moon's here with this, and the moon is indicative of the water sign Pisces. However, this card says there is still information that you may need to find before you make a choice here with a person. You might be doing research on a situation or them, and you're going to find that if you continue doing that, you will find information is going to be revealed. Now, often the moon is indicative of finding a secret out, but it's also about trusting your gut instincts, okay? And also knowing that you will receive the information that you need to make this right choice. Now, in the center position, you've got this card of challenge, which is the Five of Swords. So on top of it, though, comes a beautiful card of celebration. So I do think that you have to be careful here, because when we go into battle mode, I've said this before, there's risks and consequences we have to consider. And is the battle worth it? Okay, is it worth those risks and consequences? Picking our battles wisely is very important right now. And maybe if you communicate with somebody, you're not going to have to go into battle mode. You can resolve any issues if they haven't been feeling right, and you felt pressured and you've been pushed up against the wall to have this discussion or an argument with somebody. Okay, be careful. This is a card of of wanting to get involved to defend ourselves in an argument or in a fight of some sort, being backed up against the wall. But you have to realize that you need to pick your battles wisely. Is it worth the risk? What are you going to lose? What are your sacrifices? Now, for others, you've got the beautiful card of celebration, and that is a card that says you could be invited to some event. It could be a wedding, an engagement, the announcement of a birth, of a child, a christening at a church, a reunion, anything. But I also look at this as I see these four rods, and I think about the stability and the security of the four walls of a home. You might be moving somewhere, a new home, renovating your home, selling your home, or somebody could be moving back home. Okay, whether you decide you want to go somewhere where you used to be, maybe you're going back to where you used to be, where you felt comfortable. Others it could be that you have someone that's moving back home, one of your adult children or somebody coming back, or a parent that's moving in with you perhaps. But this is a card of celebration regardless, okay? Happy times. This is about being invited or having an event that you're planning yourself that you want to have people at and have a good time. Now, the Knight of Cups comes in, and this is usually somebody who comes in with a romantic proposal for us. And it could also be, an invitation to go to some sort of gala event that has to do with, a wedding, or an invitation that is on a loving level. It could be an engagement party or something like that, too. But this is a card that says this knight can come riding in and sweep you off your feet. And you could, some of you, fall madly in love with them. This is your ideal person. This is your ideal man or woman that could be coming in. And they're full of ideas and they're full of proposals, and the puzzle pieces fit and they make you feel so comfortable. So somebody could be coming in. It could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, that comes in and is going to offer you time, effort, support, and maybe even love to enhance your life right now. So it's beautiful. Now we have the Four of Pentacles coming in with this, and you're holding on to something. Okay, this is a card that says you could be holding on to something. You could be holding on to a person, a situation. You could also be holding on to your money. Some people call the Four of Pentacles the miser. Okay, he's a hoarder. He hangs on to his money. There's nothing wrong with that, because it is indicative of how you spend your money and how much you save your money. So some of you might be saving because you're planning some sort of an event. You need the money to do it, or you're nervous about not having that money in that cookie jar, in that nest egg for later. Others, you want to buy some big ticket items. So this is about using caution, keeping track, budgeting, making sure you have that money to do it. You could also be moving money around, they tell me, in the bank. Now, you do have a couple of cards here at the end of the reading, and it's about anxiety, and it's about reminiscing about the past and crying over spilt milk, something that happened, a disappointment. But this is a card that says don't give up. Okay, it's okay to remember those times, but don't dote on them, because they'll grow on you, and you don't want to drag yourself into that dark hole, that rabbit hole again of grief or regret. So this is a card that says keep moving forward, make sure you stay positive, because there's a lot more cups here to fill. Now, the Nine of Swords says you've lost sleep because of anxiety and fear and negativity, and you've had to cope with something, and you've had to face life in a hard way. Let go of that guilt, regret, remorse. Focus on and focusing on the past, obsessing about it. You have to let that go, because this is a card that says it's unnecessary worry. Let it go, okay, that anxiety, because it isn't helping you in any way. Communicate. I think communication is important this week, and I think that's going to resolve a lot of this anxiety. You need to know the answers here. You need to get clarity here, and it might be with someone very close to you that you're feeling this anxiety about. But at the end of the day, I think you're going to find you'll have a reason to move forward in a new direction and be much happier, and maybe with them or without them. I don't see a death card here. I don't see the endings. I see leaving troubled waters and going to calmer shores. I see a new cycle coming in here. I see someone riding into town that's going to make you happy. So enjoy the moment, and know that communication is very key this week. I wish you a great remainder to today, Virgo, and a beautiful, optimistic week to look forward to. And always know I send you lots of love and many blessings. And I'll see you soon, my beautiful Virgos.